There's gotta be an intro, but I don't know. The sun looks beautiful, by the way. It's outside, just outside. The sun. Good lighting. First, first of all, what are you grateful for, brother? For me, today I'm grateful for the sun, like I just mentioned. For the sun, sunlight. Let's just say sunlight because of the specific lighting, eh? Because the lighting is seeming to be good. Hopefully. What the fuck is up, bro? I know this live stream is going to go great because of the lighting itself, just because of like good lighting, good start, all of that shit. That is the first thing I'm grateful for. The second thing that I'm grateful for is actually I'm grateful for the pull-ups that I am going to do right now. So just hold on, let me just hit some pull-up. Thank you. Yeah. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy, brother. Easy peasy. That's some quick pump right there. Quick pull up. I'm grateful for the pull ups that I just did. Give me a quick pump. So, we're gonna find your best self. Alright, let me just calm myself down for some time. Inhale, exhale, deep breaths. So finding your best self is quite easier than you think, but not as easy as you think. It's quite complicated, more complicated than you think, but it's easier to find it. Let me just open a text document from my laptop, okay? So there's some few things that I want to cover up. First, we're gonna build your best self just the way I did for mine. Where should it be? Where is it? Nope, not this. Not this, I believe. Not this. This is like my perfect routine. Not my best self. No. Okay, I think this is the one. Yeah. So when you're trying to find your best self, you first want to find out your goals, basically, because the reason you are trying to become your best self at the first place is so that you can achieve your goal. Because very basic, it's like a key concept from Atomic Habits. You see, when you have a certain goal, the only way that you're gonna get there, if you really find that goal valuable to you, is when you become the person who achieves that goal effortlessly. Now, what do I mean by this? Suppose you have a fitness goal. Like my goal is to get a 16-inch neck by the end of December. Right now my neck is around like 14.5. Quite pretty good. Not so pretty good, by the way. It's like I need 1.5 more inches on my neck. And the only sure way that I can get there, that I can get to the end of my goal, that I can finally achieve my goal of 16-inch neck, gaining like 1.5 more inches to my neck, is if I ingrain the identity of a person who works out not just for aesthetic, not just for like strength, but specifically for the neck gains. I need to become the type of person who becomes like big neck type of fellow. So I could probably imagine some strongmans right now. I could have a vague visualizations. But by becoming that person, I'll be more likely to get my 16-inch neck rather than just, throwing some blind workout, remaining the person that I am. Because right now, I'm setting that goal at the first place because I don't have it. I am not having that particular quality that goal requires just yet, which is why I'm setting at the first place. And the only way I get there is to sacrifice my identity right now. Because I should like in a way stop giving a fuck about my workouts, the type of identity that I am that works out in a certain way. So basically what this means is that you need a goal first. And we've already set up mine, which is, let's just take this month's goal, which is to reach 850 subscribers, is to complete studying the whole syllabus for my year's school and stuff. I'm going for school. There's a school holidays recently, so I'm gonna fucking complete all the chapters. And I know it's gonna take time because I've never done that shit before. My current identity has never done anything like that. I need to become like a new person. You need to become like a new person. Are you ready? So if you have been following with my extreme recent day series, I give you some practical advices that you can do every single day, and you can also follow along. Maybe grab a pen and a journal now, because previously, I by the way, you don't have to like pause the video or anything to zoom in. Whatever, I've journaled this all basics. You know, previously in some time, some months ago, around September, I've started my Discord shits. I've started my YouTube shits too. Studies, getting back to studies and all that. I needed to become a new person. I can't be the same old person without any routine anymore. I needed to become a new person who wakes up early in the morning, gets work done, embraces and normalizes deep work, and then hard work and all that. I needed to become a new identity, and that's exactly what I did for my NoFap, which helped me also on my NoFap. And I'm gonna give you a certain prompts to do, certain questions that you need to write down right now. Suppose you're starting at ground zero right now. You don't have any single goal. You don't have any fucking goals. So the first one is figure out your goals. And specifically 12 months from now. How do you want your life to look like? Because 12 months from now, that is like by the end of 2024. What do you want, bro? For me personally, I've already mentioned in my previous live stream, it's like extremely sad. I think it was day 8, extremely sad day 8. Why? We've dive deep upon your goals. Why do you want certain goals? Diving deep into that, I've already mentioned that, but I'm gonna write it again. What is your goal 12 months from now? Which means by the end of 2024, December. What do you want to achieve? Write down any random shit. It doesn't have to follow any like strict rules or anything like that. Be flexible with it. Get random as fuck with it. How would your life look like? Think about how would your life look like? How will your physique? How would you be like? What will you do every single day? Just have this target to follow, like a vague target. Doesn't have to be specific, but it needs some framework. It needs some foundation to begin with, but we're gonna work on the specifics maybe later on. But first, figure out your goal 12 months from now. For me, I know this is a big fucking goal, but I ended up kind of being reluctant with it at first, but ended up writing it. So my goal by the end of 2024, if there is still the same problems in my life and if there is still the same need for change in my life, then I'm gonna set my goal as achieving a $10,000 a month salary. Maybe just a salary, right? $10,000 a month salary. That's in and of itself a big as fucking goal right here. A big as fucking goal. This scares the fuck out of me, by the way. I'm quite even like, I wouldn't say doubtful, but I'm quite like surprised. I would be shocked if my goal was to like achieve 1K a month by the end of 2024, but now this is like 10 times the goal. So 10K a month, okay, fine. The second goal is network with 100 professionals, entrepreneurs, high level motherfuckers, the people I look up to by the end of 2024, 100 of them. And that is also one of the scary kind of goals, a big goal that I've set for myself. So, the third goal, what was the third goal? Was it something? Fuck, bro. Yeah, it was like 20,000 subscribers. So you see, bro, I even forgot about the matrix of subscribers, man. So 20,000 subscribers is the goal, but it's basically to grow my YouTube audience, right? YouTube channel, so that I can reach more young men through my work. But it's like taking matrix into account, taking the measurable number into account. It is like subscribers. It cannot be like view count, because view count is like anyone can be a viewer, right? But to be a subscriber, that's a whole another level. So I'm taking this as 20,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. That's exactly my goal right now. And the second question that you want to ask, it's not like a question in the second one. The second thing that you want to write down is, how will your life be looking like after you achieve this goal? After you have achieved 10K a month, after you have networked with 100 people, after you have like 20,000 subscribers, how will your life look like? What will your life look like if you gain that dream physique that you always wanted? Think about it. So my life will look like, how will my life look like, bro? I'll be like deep work every single morning, like I always do. Every single morning, I'll be still going to school for some time, because there's like a good connection with me and my friends, some network there, teachers and all that, just not taking school that seriously to the point where I totally depend on it, because the education system is not something to be fully relied on. After all, it's functioned by some set of human with certain flows, so you cannot rely on education itself totally. It's not an entity that you can control, basically, which is why I'll be still going to school for some time, maybe if there's like an event, but I wouldn't need to go there daily, because I already set myself up for life. So that is a big shit. School for fun. School for fun. I wouldn't say fun actually, but fun in a sense that I'm going for like experience, to meet even more people, and maybe even contribute my own values to the school system that I grew up in. Okay, I could probably imagine that life right now. I'm getting, kind of like respect from my teachers too, because I'm finally doing something good in life. I'm also getting respect from my friends because I'm finally doing something great in life. Write all of that down. Respect plus something that way. You know, the best of the best meals, and specifically, it's like steak, and I like fish, by the way. I like to eat fish, those oily fishes, and I like to eat beef, red meat. Yeah, I like to have a lot of nuts, almonds, cashew nuts, pistachios, and I'll be sleeping well, by the way. Sleep for like 9 hours every single day, just like how I will. But recently, I've been sleeping for like 7 to 8 hours, so it doesn't really go up to the 9 hour point, because yeah, I still need to manage it. This is like the sweet spot for me, right? 7.5 to 8 hours, just enough so that I can function. Anything less than that will be detrimental for my work, and anything more than that will not give me enough time throughout the day so that I can complete my work. So how will your life look like? Yeah, think about it. Think about it. I'll be, I become more masculine. In fact, you know what? Just pause this fucking live stream and just write about it. Write about it if you're watching this at the end of live stream. Yeah. So some of the things that I've written down previously is, I build a personal brand authentically. I read a lot of books. Oh yeah, this is the one thing. I spend a lot of time, I spend hours learning, because I have this identity of a lifelong learner. That's just the person I want to become. And I'll be waking up every single day refreshed, feeling refreshed. Those are the things. I'll be doing deep work for my clients, making me this much money a month, or maybe I'll be getting good grades at school all whilst having this business because of my productivity and my intellectual learnings and all that shit. Teachers will be, praising me. I'll be charismatic with my friends, and even the girls, I will not have a fear of, any anxiety or any social girls or anything like that. I'll basically no fear for even approaching girls, right? Smiles, fist bumps, conversation even with the juniors. That's like the visualization of my life 12 months from now that you want to have. Visualization of how your life will look like after you have achieved those goals. So basically the goal is to like reach this much money a month, this do that, but it's not specifically those that will tell you the lifestyle that you're gonna have 12 months from now. You have to be a little creative with that. What is the outcome that you want 12 months from now? Do you want to be more charismatic? Do you want to become more spiritual? Do you want to have a mastermind group or something like that with positive vibes people? Do you want to be good at sports, or do you want to, see your family smiling after you come back home from school happy and all that? Yeah, I've written down my mom is home, my dad is at home, my younger brother is disciplined, my mom is gardening because that is her passion and I can afford her to do that. My dad is purposeful, feeling purposeful, and we all come together and pray every single day as a family. Just think about your lifestyle, your dream outcome that you want, and try to be also including other people in it so that you can also have unselfish desires. You know, s- um, yeah, I'm having like 20,000 subscribers. I'm having like a couple of thousand members on my Discord channel supporting each other. I feel good as a YouTuber. I feel good by influencing others to make the positive change. I feel good learning and reading book. I feel good. I literally wrote down here. I read one book every week at night with my full focus effortlessly. So this is like the dream outcome, right? Full focus. I'm more focused than ever. Like one book every single week with my ultimate focus. And I've written down here my dream outcome also, like I sleep after ticking off all my habit trackers, which is essentially me showing up to my habit tracker and executing all of them. It's like a accountability shit. I'm gonna teach you how to make a habit tracker maybe later down this series. People are proud of me, my cousins are proud of me. I am charismatic without any fears. I post authentic contents on my YouTube. I'm setting a fantastic example for my brother and my cousins with my discipline. I'm having an aesthetic physique. Will This is gonna sound kind of fucking embarrassing because I was into kind of like obsessed with looks maxing back then. But again, being authentic is like my dream outcome. I mean, my even like my not dream outcome, but my current basic value that I'm living up to, which is authenticity. So let me just read it out for you. My dream outcome was like I have a good aesthetic physique with well defined lower abs, thick neck, and strong jawline with no pimple, under eyes with high testosterone, brow ridges, which means this part, and developed eyebrows, hollow cheeks with high cheekbone, and well trained mouth area. Really went into details as fuck. Every single inches of my face is defined here, bro. Good shit. Be specific as possible. That is what you learn from this one. So who we got here? Hanya Batu XD. Hello, hello, hello. Dicky, what the fuck are you, bro? What the fuck is Dicky, bro? I'm gonna report that, bro. This is not the way to go, my man. That is not the way to go, bro. That is not the way to go. Come on, bro. What is your dream outcome, bro? What are you doing, bro? Come on, man. Come on, man. Do something about it, man. So, some of the basic idea of my dream outcome is that I'm living a minimalist, essentialist, intent life with purpose basically. You know, I'm doing the work every single day for my business, for my coaching, and then for my reading and learning. I'm doing one book every single week. You know, I'm having employees and interns. I'm having good sleep and good health, amazing relationship with God and family, enlighteningly high testosterone, impacting the world through my work and value that I can give. I'm charismatic as fuck. I have looks max. It's written here. I have looks max. So that is the shit right there. So those are the things that you want to write down. Your goal, like three of them, four or five, the lesser the better. And the second one is your dream outcome. How would life look like 12 months from now? Both of these questions are something to do with 12 months from now. So now, we've done that. So we're really getting into this goal, this idea, this dream outcome first because you need the dream outcome to determine the person you want to become, the best self that you have to become in order to achieve those the dream outcome. Because even though you know your best self, if you don't have any goal to shoot for, I guarantee you, your best self will jerk off because there's no clarity, right? We'll fall into the bad habits, relapse again because no goal. No matter how good you are, if you don't have any certainty in your life, you will fall back to level zero. You will fall back to pleasures because no matter how much best that you become, a man without a purpose is always driven by pleasures. And let me tell you, bro, like there are countless amounts of pleasure in this world that you can always lean into when you don't have uncertainty. And that is what exactly people are doing these days. Young men like you, falling into pleasures, not knowing what to do with life, uncertainty, all that shit. But you, by watching this live stream, okay, this is like a fucking bonus for you. Okay, this is where it changes for you. You are following this series. I'm gonna make it the best as possible for you personally. That's my goal. Now, I want you to set your goal, just like I've set for mine. Let's do this shit together, right? You have set your goal. Now, you want to figure out how can you reach those goals. Now, now this question is kind of, I wouldn't say complicated or controversial, but it's kind of like weird, kind of like vague because you don't know how to get there. Because if you knew already how to get there, you would have gotten there in the first place, keeping in mind that you're disciplined. So this is very important here. Hear me out. With what you know now, okay, this is not to say that you research online. No, no, no. With whatever knowledge you have in your mind right now, how do you think you can reach to your goal? With whatever you know right now, with not whatever other people know, with not your educate, your role model, what, no, not about them, with what you know. 10K a month, 10K a month. With what I know now, maybe I can sell some products online, maybe I can start my own business, something that, maybe I could do coaching business, maybe I could sell courses online, maybe I could sell digital products, start a business, innovation, maybe I could learn some useful skills, maybe I could learn sales, maybe I could do communication, maybe I could, publish some books. But that is what I know now, and that may or may not necessarily reach me to my goal. Because again, this is what I know now. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be the precise framework right now. But you need to write down what you think that you should do to reach those goals. So for me, 10K a month right now. Hold up. 10K a month. So for that, what I need to do, what I think I need to do with what I know now is, read. I'm just gonna read out what I've written down here. I will be reading a lot of books and implement them with my life and through my YouTube too. I'll be implementing them, and I'll build a personal brand authentically. Okay, the same outcome. For that I need to become more charismatic. by repetition from visualization. I need to become more charismatic in order to get the visualized outcome, dream outcome. And then I need to provide value in my community and in networking. So basically, I need to be networking even more online, offline, attending events, and then reaching out to people and following people. I'll. What is this? Okay, this is like the old goal, right? It's essentially written that I'll make some money from my affiliate marketing business, but I've already quit that. Not quit, like good riddance, right? I've already stopped doing that. So I'll need to have a clear vision for my YouTube channel. So I've already done that shit. I already have a clear vision for my YouTube channel, the values that I teach. I pray and read Bible every day. That is the one of the process that I need to do in order to achieve my goal of 10K a month, 100, networking people, professionals in my network, and then also 20,000 subscribers. So these are all like indirect ways that will affect you. Drinking 4 liters of water will help you to make 10K a month. It's just similar once you get to a certain level of thinking, because how you do small things is how you do everything, and everything is everything. Everything is connected in one way or the other. So by me praying and reading every day with my goal of achieving 10K a month by the end of 2024, that is gonna help me, because with what I know, that is gonna also make me feel better as a person, more spiritual, making me make better decisions later on. My one of my process is also like taking cold showers and cleansing myself, mewing, detoxing. I need to be learning content creation, sales, etc. with skills of high income. I need to be networking online. I need to make daily YouTube video uploads. I need, not I need, but right in it. What do you have to become? What do you have to do? Write it in such a way that you already are. So I'm writing down, I am kind and open-hearted. I am networking online. I am learning content creation. I am true to my purpose. I train neck and abs every single day, or maybe after every 2 days, hanging and doing some hanging raises so that I can build my forearms too. I sleep at 8 p.m., wake up at 4 a.m. I read a lot of books and implement them. So this is like the third practice that you want to do after the first one and two, where you first set yourself some goals, 3 to 5, the lesser the better, the most important goals in your life that you want to achieve in 12 months from now, which is by the end of 2024. And second, write down the dream outcome. How will your life look like? Not just because you have achieved those goals, but what is the dream outcome that you want with your life as a whole by 12 months from now, by the end of 2024? Write that down. And third, you write down what you can do right now, what you think you can do right now, what you know you should be doing right now, what you believe you can do right now to reach this to outcome and your goal by 12 months time. You write everything down, and write this third one down, which we are doing right now, in such a way that you are already doing it. So instead of writing that I need to read a lot of books to reach this goal, you write I am reading one book every single week. I am focused. I am training my neck. I am like making money online through sales. I am, learning important skills, sales skills, content creation. You write in such a way that you already are doing it. Use the word I am. You are, because you are. And when you do that, you can't help but imagine it. And right now, if you have been not like taking a piece, and then if you have been following along all this time, all these 30 minutes in this video, you will realize that you're visualizing it. Because when you are writing down, you're not just writing down for the sake of writing down, writing English letters down. No, cut that random shits out. What's actually happening in your mind is that you're actually able to visualize those outcomes as you write them, because you need to visualize them at the first place in order to write them. So this is like a fucking very powerful practice, a quick visualization practice at the same time as you're writing your dream outcome. Very powerful. This is life changing, because it was only when I was able to do that I changed my whole identity, that I shaved my skin to the point where I'm not a fapper anymore, that I am not a person who wakes up late anymore. that I, sleep early, wake up early, embrace stress, embrace hard work, embrace discipline, and do the deep work. Normalize 3 hours of work, deep work. Normalize 8 hours of work every single day. That is how you are able to make that sacrifice, knowing that you have a greater potential. At the same time, having this immense level of motivation, which comes from conserving your dopamine in your life through unstimulation. I've broken down every single thing in my previous live stream. This is, I would say, the most valuable series that I've ever made. Well, of course, this is like the first series. So, this live stream, previous live streams, those live stream, those are the most serious, most life-changing live stream I've ever made. Yeah, I could probably say that because first of all, I don't make much live stream, but the ones that I've made is like fucking life-changing. I would love to watch that if I was you. Because not only am I making so that I can get better, but I'm making in such a way that I'm able to teach you to do it at the same time. I'm almost imagining like my 2 month younger version of me, 3 month younger version of me, or the 5 month younger version of me. I mean, like 6 months younger version of me who was still struggling with nofap. These these principles that I'm teaching in this series, those are the keys. From mindset to these practices to these habits to these goals to this approach that you should have with all of this that we're making, with whatever you should sacrifice to be grateful for, whatever stress that you need to face, whatever things you need to eliminate and embrace in your life in order to forge in you that best identity that you can make for yourself. Everything broken down. So far we've covered 3 prompts. What is your goal? What is your dream outcome? What do you think you can achieve? Okay, let me repeat that again. I kind of fucked it up with the third one. But by the way, what is your goal? What is your dream outcome? What do you think you need to do now to achieve your dream outcome? Now, you want to write down, and which we are getting into the best self. You want to write down what would you be? Okay, who would I be if I was effortlessly achieving this? Who would you be? I don't want you to write this third question, which is like, what do you need to do right now so that you can achieve your goal 12 months from now in just like 2 3 lines. I want you to write this in details like I have for myself, like almost a page I've written down here. Because it's only when you know what you need to do right now that you should be doing but you aren't, that you write down in the fourth question, who do you need to become so that you can do this effortlessly. And like I said, first of all, whatever you have written down on what to do, that's not gonna be perfect because if you already know what to do, you'll already be there. And it's just a little bit of discipline that is required. Now, when you know what to do, when you have written it down, the only reason that you're not gonna be able to achieve those goals, to become your best self, is only because you don't know who you need to become. You don't do it effortlessly. So you figure out, okay, these are my goals, these are the things that I need to do, but I'm not doing it. Okay, who do I need to become in order to do this so that I can become the person that achieves those goals effortlessly? That is natural to that person. Who is that person, that version of me who does all of this just like naturally, boom, 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 gets it all done effortlessly? What is the type of person? You write that down as detailed as possible. I'm just gonna read you mine. It doesn't have to be perfect, and like I said, it's like random as possible. Like as much as you can understand, right? As long as you can understand it, doesn't matter if it's random, if it's weird. Make sure you understand it. Make sure it's genuine, and don't like base all of the things that I'm telling you to do based on whatever I'm telling you to do. Which means like just because I said I want to achieve 10k a month doesn't mean that you set your goal to like 10k a month. Yeah, I'll be like Kiwi. No, your life, your potential, you. You decide. What is your unique goal as a person? What is your unique obsession in your life right now as a unique person? Because my goal may not be your goal, but this is like the framework for the general which I'm teaching you right now. So after all of that, after figuring out your goals, what you need to do authentically in your own way, figure out who do you need to become. And like I said, I'm gonna read mine out. Who would I be if I was effortlessly achieving all of these goals? Achieving all of these goals and doing all of these practices. I would be a spiritual, masculine, disciplined person of value who is charismatic and purposeful about the population of the world I want to help. I'll be strong hearted, upright man with dedication, willpower, and a lot of wisdom. That is what I've written down there. The English, the sentence, the grammar, construction, it doesn't have to be perfect, like I've said, because I've kind of fucked up with my grammar when I said purposeful about the population of the world I want to help. Maybe I should have written he want to help, but again, it is like you want to write in it such a way that you have already became that person. So I could write like, I am a spiritual, masculine, disciplined person of value who is charismatic and purposeful about the population of the world I want to help. I am strong, hearted, upright man with dedication, willpower, and a lot of wisdom. Boom. This is what you want to do in brief. Maybe you could get more in detail with this, but as long as you have this idea, compact idea of the person that you need to become, that is the best case scenario. Now, starting from that question, we begin to diving more into the best self, your best self, almost like your dark side, your alter ego, the type part of you that want to, fuck everything, like penetrate the world in such a way that it is the highest form. Fuck every obstacle. Penetrate through every obstacle that life sets for you. Push through life with this immense, relentless mindset, this discipline, and what do you say, this resilience. With all of that, just that want to work straight way out, doesn't want to comply with anyone, just want to like straight up, poof, penetrate the world as much as you can. Embrace that side of yours. So write down in the fifth prompt, what are the 5 superpowers that your best self have? Okay, now you have written down who you need to become in order to reach those goals, those outcomes, in order to do the things that you think you need to do to reach those goals. You've written down who you need to become. Now, imagine that person in your mind right now and be as like specific as possible when doing this. Think about the 5 superpowers that he has, that your best self has. For me, my 5 superpowers, those like it could be like qualities, okay? So my 5 superpowers of my 2.0 self, my best self, is persuasion. I can persuade everyone and anyone in any situation. It's like basically sales skills, so every time you're writing this down, number one, you're like, suppose persuasion, right? Persuasion, give it like a column, put like a 2 dot, and then you write more into details. How specifically do you use those superpowers? Like for me, I've written every case, every situation, anywhere I know how to persuade people, something like that, briefly. And then second, I've written down charisma, and then I'm writing down charisma as my superpower, but I need to be specific with that. Charisma for what, right? Column, I am kind and open-hearted even if it hurts. Like I'm charismatic through my networking because I need to network with 100 people. That's my goal, right? So my superpower is like charisma. The type of person that I need to become, his superpower is charisma. So I'm like specific with it. Like I said, kind, open-hearted, even if it hurts. And the third one is like courage without fears. I've written down my superpower as courage. And I know this sounds kind of boring, but if you actually think about it, if you are specific as possible with this, it motivates the fuck out of you. As you're writing this, you're probably getting motivated right now. I understand that. Just calm yourself down, right? We're gonna get through this. Just like two questions, one more questions left after this one. So you write down courage without fears. That is mine. You write down your own shit, right? Whatever qualities, whatever superpowers, whatever ability that you think your best self have, the type of best self who will achieve those goals. I have the courage to say no and be authentic to my purpose. That is like my specific detail about my third superpower, courage. And then my fourth is like essentialist mindset. That is my fourth superpower, which is basically, following the 80-20 rule, and then, focusing on like quick iteration, quick action, and then, speed, prioritizing speed, getting the constant feedback, getting the, you know, modifying and adjusting again instead of just procrastinating and, waiting for the perfect time. I do shit in speed, fast. What has to be done has to be done fast, and I'm doing it. I'm getting constant feedback. Okay, what did I do wrong? What can I do it again? And I'm not thinking about, oh, when should I do it again? No. I'm gonna do it again right now. Boom, boom, boom. Feedback. Boom, 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 and then perfection. Something like that, as detailed as possible, right? So I'm hardworking smartly, and then through my purpose. So that is like the essentialist mindset. 80-20 rule: speed, hardworking, purposefully, smartly. My fifth superpower is coaching. I've written down coaching, and then in the column I've written down the detail about it. I know how to empathize. I am wise. I know how to communicate and influence people in the right behavior that they need to achieve their goals, as specific as possible. That is like my superpowers. So far we've covered one, two, three, four, five questions, five prompts. Now the last one. What are not those normal habits that your 2.0 self, your best self does? What are the five key habits that your best self do? What is the five key habits? What do you think is the key habits that your best self do that sets him apart from the rest of the world, that sets him apart from maybe perhaps even you? What is the distinguishing key habits that he does? Maybe you already do some of them, like meditation, visualizing, journaling. But what is the unique thing that he does? Does he, learn every single day? Does he do deep work? Maybe it's something you already do. Maybe you just need to get more specific with it, which is what I'm gonna tell you to do right now. Number one, for me, it is like visualization. Visualization, not just vague visualization, but I'm specifically writing down, just like I have for my five superpowers, with two columns, and then writing down the details about it. Visualization is about what? About goals, about the best self, the more better self that I need to become even after I reach those best self, because that is like the trait, like the key habit, like the superpower of my 2.0 self, like being able to, renew himself more and more, becoming better continuously. That is the main theme of whatever we are doing. If you are a subscriber, that is the main thing of whatever we're doing, improving our life one step at a time, always. No matter if you are your best self, there's always room for improvement. And my key habit of my best self is continuous visualization of how I can be better. What is the goal? How can I become an even more better self, even though I am the best self? And the second key habit is like meditation. What specifically? Calmness, prioritizing to remain calm, and breathing, being mindful, creating this mindfulness skill upwards. Basically improving mindfulness skill, and being able to focus and give more attention to a certain focus that we are focusing. The third key habit is like journaling. What specifically? About deep thoughts. About deep thoughts, those deep writings that gives you a huge ROI. Those writings about your childhood trauma, your childhood and anxiety, the abuse that you got from your parents, the fear that you always had among your friends, about the fact why you feel so inferior among your friends, among the people. That really gives you a huge relief. All of that with huge return on investment of your time and effort that you've put in it. Because one journaling about why you are inferior among your friends could like solve a year, decade worth of problem that will follow up if you didn't. But because you journal about that, your life is like going in the right way, in a point that you don't have this inferiority complex that would have hold you back from becoming the best self in your life. So I'm like journaling about deep thoughts. That is like my fourth key habit, and my fifth key habit is deep work. What exactly? Focused deep work on my business and purpose. Now my purpose, I've not written my purpose exactly, because like it changes, right? So I don't have a fixed purpose for my 2.0 self. I'm not telling my 2.0 self is like purposeful in the way that, oh yeah, he wants to help, road traffic vehicles, traffic police to do this search and search. No, it doesn't have to be specific, but whatever it is, the common trait of my best self is that he's gonna do it in full monk like focus. So these are the 6 questions that you want to ask yourself. I'm gonna tell you again. What is the goal that you want to achieve 12 months from now? Second, what is the dream outcome that you want to achieve 12 months from now after achieving those goals? Third, what is the practice that you think you need to do now in order to achieve those goals? And fourth, which we get more into the 2.0 self, the best self. Who do you need to become to achieve those goals? Five, what are your 5 superpowers? And then the last question, what are your 5 key habits of your best self? Figure that out. Now we've just figured out your best self, what do he do, what is his best traits. Now, what do you want to do? You've already written your goal, you have already written the type of lifestyle. In the second question, that your best self will have. Now it's all about you ingraining that best self. Okay, now we're talking more like identity and shits. There's a lot I could get into. There's a lot of things I can get into. Like those lines and shit. Let me just write shits down, right? There's like, first of all, now I'm gonna be talking about how you can ingrain that self into you so that you become that best version of yourself, like automatically. Because you have this self image of yourself right now about a person, certainly not the type of person who would achieve the goal that you want to achieve right now, which you have just figured out some few couple of minutes ago. You need to destroy this identity. So first of all, I want you to be just comfortable and make this commitment like, yeah, I need to sacrifice this identity to become a better person. If you're scared of this, if you're scared of that, just think about what would have happened if you don't sacrifice it. How would your life look like if you never changed? You would suffer just by the idea of remaining the same person. That that shit sucks. You don't want to remain as the same person, bro. Like, first of all, you get depressed because you have not done anything good in your life, you're not improving in your life, you are the same type of person. You get this almost a feeling of like, yeah, I could do better but I didn't, and you feel shitty about yourself. And second of all, the people around you suffers, but that suffering is normalized because you have never lived up to your best self. It's kind of like you suffering in like school works. Okay, let me just keep it in very simple student language because I am a student. It's like you're going to school, you're trying to get good grades, but you cannot. You don't even try. You remain the same year after year, not getting good grades. Your parents are suffering. Your parents are not even happy, not even proud of you, not even having this sense of trust in you because you cannot even, as a child, as a masculine, like as a man, as a young man of years, as a son, get them a good grade. Show your good grade to them. How the fuck do you expect your parents to be happy at that point? At that point, it's like your parents will suffer, but that will be normalized because you normally get bad grades. So what's the use? There's no hope for you. Something like that shit. There is a hope for you. Now, I'm not trying to sound like a, messiah or anything like that. Of course not. But this practice of visualization and, ingraining this new identity in you, that is powerful. Which is exactly why I've been talking about it for like more than 45 minutes now. We're gonna end this soon, like after within 10 minutes. I need to go to tuition. But before that, I'm gonna tell you how to ingrain this Because first of all, you don't want to remain the same. You need to make this commitment that you need to change, and then only when you make that commitment is when you are able to change. Because if you are afraid and still holding on to the old identity which is keeping you back, not only keeping you back in a selfish way, but keeping the people in your life that you care about back, and making them suffer because of the inability of you of not reaching your best self, that is an unacceptable way to live. So every single day, if you're very serious about this best self, very serious in the sense that if you're in these initial stages and you need to get that momentum, I want you, no, not I want you, I need you to write down in a piece of paper, a journal, or maybe even in your laptop, doesn't matter, about what your best self could have done, what your best self could have done. And I want you to start this journaling, not in a way that, oh yeah, my best self would have done this, would have, talked to that girl in the gym, would have, hit that workout, would have not procrastinated. No, no, no. You don't write my best self would have done that. You write, I did that today. I approached the girl today. I did deep work today. I didn't, not I didn't procrastinate on my workload, but more like I worked out my neck today. I did the PR today. I know this is sound like a gaslighting thing about like fake it till you make it or some shit, which is why I want you to write in like a quotation nearby so that you can make a differentiation between what is real and what is not. But your brain doesn't know what is real and what is not, because when you're writing about all of those fake things that your best self would have done but you didn't, but you're writing in such a way that you have already done it, your brain thinks you have already done it, because again your brain doesn't know the difference. Because at the same time when you're writing it down, your brain is thinking about the situation, your brain is thinking about that situation that your best self has gone through that never happened to you in reality. The same way your brain thinks about whatever happened in reality about the bad thing. It's all the same. Your brain doesn't make the difference. Can make the difference between that of the best self situation and the reality situation. So you have a huge advantage here. Write it down every single day. This has really helped me to become more comfortable around girls personally. I'm not gonna lie, at school I'm kind of like by reserved, I'm bald and all that back then, and by just doing this has gave me more confidence, because everything is in your imagination. The reason that you are not able to become your best self is all in your imagination. The moment you write it down, whatever is wrong, in a subtle way, that pointing out whatever is wrong by just writing whatever you could have done, you figure out what you can do tomorrow. So when you get to a similar situations tomorrow, the next time, you think about like, yeah, automatically, you don't need to think about it. You automatically act as if you were your best self already, because you have a clear idea of who your best self is. How does he behave? His superpowers. Is he courageous? Is he without fears? Is he kind, open-hearted? You already act in a way that you already do. Because part of the reason is because like you feel kind of guilty writing down about the things your best self would have done but you couldn't. So it's like the next time you automatically want to do the things that your best self would have done. Every single time. Every single time. Suppose if I didn't go to this live stream today and just went to tuition, I would be going at night, and then I'll be thinking like, man, my best self could have, I, I could have, I'll be thinking to myself first of all that I could have gone on the live stream before my tuition, but I'll be writing down in the way that my best self is doing it, that I am doing it. I'll be writing like, I am going on live stream. I went on the live stream before my tuition today, but I didn't, and I'll be feeling a guilt in myself. So the next time it happens, I'll be going on the live stream without any fear before tuition. So again, you want to write like you already done it, or if it's like very way back in the morning and it's already at night, which you are journaling, you can write down in the past tense. So you could write like, I did this today, I did that today, and then now I'm doing this. And then maybe even write something like, I will do this later on, I will get 8 hours of sleep, because your best self would get 8 hours of sleep. That is visualization. And another practice is like creating a routine that your best self will get into, and every single day visualizing about yourself going about that routine. And this takes like effort. This takes like time to do so. This takes practice because you could just vaguely visualize yourself. Yeah, you could just read out your routine out loud and just vaguely visualize. But the more specific you get, the more deep you get into this visualization, the more you will be able to make it into reality. That is exactly how I was able to wake up 4 a.m. in the morning and make it up to 10, 12 kilometers run. How I was able to make it up to 21-kilometer run. That is how I'm being able to make it up to this live stream effortlessly. That is a powerful habit to get into, and which is why that is the key key habit of my best self. Now again, when you have this mental image of yourself, you want to live up to it. You want to do everything that aligns with your best self, this identity of you that you have now. Because with small wins and with visualizations, you have already created an evidence that you are this identity. Now you're living to it, you're living up to it, but then suddenly you spend time with some couple of friends, and then suddenly you're back to the old identity. I'm gonna tell you why that happens. This is very common. First of all, are you aware of the quote, which I think you are? I don't need to ask you that. You are the average of the 5% you spend time with. And let me tell you, it's not just the 5%, because one of them is your mental image, one of them is your mind. You are the average of the 5% you spend time with, including your mind. I'm gonna, yeah, maybe I didn't post that on my community just yet. Maybe I'll just go post that quote on my community tab because I think this is very powerful. Because the fact is, we try to live up to our mental image, the image we have for ourselves. It's just that the majority of the influence of our behavior, of living up to our identity, is by the other four, which is like your friends, which also in a way affects the first one, which is your mind. Now this is kind of like paradox or something like that, because first of all you try to follow the mental image, you try to behave in your mental image, you try to live up to your identity, but at the same time your identity is influenced by the other four type of people that you spend time with, the same way that one of those four people is influenced by the other three person that you all are friends with. Kind of shits like that. So it's like a paradox. But a brief idea is that you live up to your identity, and your identity is at the same time shaped by the people, and the way people shape you is by the way you make an impression in your life. This is like the next level shit. Okay, I see a lot of people jerking off even after 300 days, even after 100 days. The reason is not because they became less disciplined. The reason is because they changed their identity again. They became the type of person who jerks off again. Maybe, no, not maybe. It's usually when they, spend time with jerk. Maybe they spend time with some childhood, pussy friends when he was like back then when he used to always jerk off. So he jerks off again because your friends still see them as a person who jerks off. So he can't help but live up to that identity. When you've been trying to quit video game, example, you didn't tell your friends about it that you're quitting video games. Your friends still play video game who you used to play video game with, and your friends still think that you play video game and that you will play video game when you're coming to his birthday party. But then you have been on self-improvement for a year, and then you finally go to his birthday party. All of the friends around you, you spend a lot of good time with it, laugh around together, and then finally it's time for gaming. Your friends see you still as a gamer, and they project that identity in you. They project that identity of you, the perception of you in you, and that shapes you. This they almost like basically gives you an identity to live up to, so you can't help but play video game again, you can't help but do the bad habits again. Which is why there is this common term of like cutting ties and all that, but I think you should really be introspective about it. I still have my old friends. I don't like cut ties or anything like that. I'm still able to like manage it, not in the point where I'm like desperate or anything like that, but I'm still able to stick to my values, have courage, courage without fears, like I've mentioned, one of my superpowers. to say no and be authentic to my purpose, which is one of my superpowers of my best self, which I'm trying to live up to. So I'm trying to do that every single day. I'm trying to find opportunities in my day to be, courageous, and then saying no and sticking true to my purpose. Because if it's like a person is telling about, jerking off and all that, and then, people are laughing around together, encouraging each other to jerk off, there I will be not encouraging them, not, positively reinforcing that conversation. I'll be sticking true to my purpose of, conquering, helping men to conquer their mind and their body. I'll be against it, against the idea of like, yeah, jerking off, encouraging to jerk off. I'll be against that. I will have the courage to do that. I'm using these small wins to shape my identity, and think about what you can do. The smallest, silliest thing that you can do. Maybe your visualization and your five superpower. One of them is